Have you ever experienced that moment of hesitation, trying to recall the name of someone you've known for years? Or perhaps you've walked into a room and completely forgotten what you went in for. After 50, these minor memory lapses can become more frequent, leading to a quiet worry about our brain's health. Many of us turn to the usual suspects: more crossword puzzles, maybe a ginkgo biloba supplement, or ensuring we eat blueberries and walnuts. But what if I told you that science points to an incredibly powerful food that most people, especially in this age group, are simply not eating? There's a true number one brain food that you're likely overlooking, and it could be one of the most accessible and effective keys to protecting your cognition. If you're looking for evidence-based ways to keep your mind sharp and resilient, stick with me. If this type of health and wellness content, focused on science and longevity, interests you, consider subscribing to the channel and activating notifications. What we're about to reveal today isn't a trick or a fad, but a nutritional strategy backed by an impressive amount of research. The answer might surprise you, as it's not on the shelf of expensive supplements or in the exotic section of the market. It's actually in a simple, often overlooked can, waiting to revitalize your brain health. The fundamental question we'll explore is, what is this food, and why is it so crucial for an aging brain? The number one brain food that most people over 50 are not eating are sardines. Yes, sardines. For many, the mention of this small fish evokes memories of a simple snack, perhaps with a strong smell, or something their grandparents ate. They rarely appear on glamorous superfood lists, alongside acai kale, or wild Alaskan salmon. And that's precisely why they're our well-kept secret. Neglecting sardines is a disservice to our brain health. We live in an era of sophisticated nutritional marketing, where we're led to believe that cutting-edge health comes with a hefty price tag and an exotic name. Sardines, with their humble packaging and affordable price, simply don't fit this narrative. However, when we look beyond perception and delve into their nutritional composition, we discover a true powerhouse. They are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, especially when it comes to the exact compounds our brain needs to function optimally and protect itself against age-related decline. The true beauty of sardines isn't in their presentation, but in their biology. As small, short-lived fish that feed on plankton, they are at the bottom of the oceanic food chain. This means they don't accumulate the same amounts of heavy metals, like mercury, which are a legitimate concern in larger predatory fish like tuna or swordfish. This characteristic alone makes them a safer choice for regular consumption. But what exactly makes this modest fish so essential for our cognition? The answer lies in a unique combination of fats, vitamins, and minerals that work in synergy to protect and nourish our brain cells. The primary superpower of sardines lies in their extraordinary concentration of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically docosahexaenoic acid DHA and eicosapentaenoic acid EPA. The human brain is composed of almost 60% fat, and DHA is the most abundant omega-3 fat found in the brain. It's not just fuel, it's a fundamental building block. DHA is a critical structural component of our brain cell membranes, the neurons. Think of these membranes as the gatekeepers of each cell, controlling what comes in and out and facilitating communication between them. A fluid, healthy cell membrane, rich in DHA, allows nerve signals to travel quickly and efficiently. With aging, DHA levels in the brain tend to decline, which can lead to stiffer cell membranes, hindering neuronal signaling and contributing to brain fog and slower thinking. Robust scientific studies, published in reputable journals like the Journal of the American Medical Association (JAMA), have consistently linked higher consumption of omega-3 rich fish, like sardines, to a lower risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Research published in the journal Neurology found that older adults with higher blood levels of DHA had nearly a 50% lower risk of developing dementia. The mechanism is multifaceted. Beyond their structural role, EPA and DHA have potent anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic neuroinflammation is now recognized as one of the major drivers of age-related cognitive decline. By regularly consuming sardines, we are providing our bodies with the exact tools to build a resilient brain and combat the inflammation that wears it down over time. But the story doesn't end with omega-3 south. If it were just that, we could simply take a fish oil supplement. What elevates sardines to number one brain food status is their synergistic nutritional matrix. They are a natural, complete source of several other crucial nutrients that work alongside fatty acids to protect our cognition. Now, it's crucial to address the evidence honestly and transparently. How strong is the science behind sardine consumption for brain health? The vast majority of the evidence we have comes from large, long-term observational studies. For example, the Chicago Health and Aging Project and the Rotterdam study followed thousands of older adults for years and found a strong correlation. Those who ate fish at least once a week had a significantly slower rate of cognitive decline than those who did UNT. Other studies have used MRI scans to show that regular consumers of baked or grilled fish had larger brain volumes in areas critical for memory, like the hippocampus. This correlation is consistent and has been replicated across various populations worldwide. However, as informed scientists and consumers, we must acknowledge the limitations of these studies. Correlation does not necessarily imply causation. People who eat fish regularly might also have other healthy lifestyle habits, such as exercising more, not smoking, or having a better overall diet, and these factors can confound the results. To establish direct causation, we would need more randomized controlled trials, where one group receives sardines or omega-3 south and another receives a placebo, and their cognitive outcomes are compared over time. Some such trials have been conducted with mixed results, particularly in people who already have cognitive decline. The evidence appears to be stronger for prevention than for treatment. Therefore, the most honest conclusion is, the evidence that the nutrients found in sardines are crucial for brain health is overwhelming. The evidence that eating the whole fish prevents cognitive decline is very strong, although primarily based on correlation. The question that remains for us is, given a safe, affordable, and nutritious strategy with so much positive evidence, is it worth waiting for absolute certainty that may never come? Convinced of the benefits, the next logical question is, how can I incorporate sardines into my diet in a practical and tasty way? Many people are put off by the strong flavor or texture, but this is often due to improper preparation. The key is to choose the right product and know how to use it. Firstly, when buying canned sardines, opt for those packed in extra virgin olive oil or water, rather than soybean oil or other inflammatory vegetable oils. If high blood pressure is a concern, look for low-sodium versions. Implementation can be surprisingly easy. One of the simplest ways is to mash them with a fork. Mix with a little avocado, lemon juice, parsley, and finely chopped red onion, and serve on a slice of toasted whole wheat bread. It's delicious, and the combination of flavors masks any stronger fishiness. Another great option is to add them to salads. They perfectly complement a robust green salad with tomatoes, cucumbers, olives, and a lemon vinaigrette, turning a light dish into a complete meal rich in protein and healthy fats. For pasta lovers, try sauteing garlic and red pepper flakes in olive oil, adding crumbled sardines, cherry tomatoes, and a little of the pasta cooking water to create a quick, nutritious, and flavorful sauce. The general recommendation from health associations is to consume oily fish like sardines twice a week. A single can of sardines usually fulfills one of these servings. And what about the mercury concern? As mentioned, being at the bottom of the food chain, sardines are one of the safest seafood sources, with consistently low mercury levels, making them an ideal choice for regular and safe consumption. What's your favorite way to eat sardines? Or which of these ideas will you try first? Leave a comment below. I love reading your experiences. It's useful to put sardines into perspective by comparing them to other foods often labeled as brain food. Let's start with salmon, perhaps the most popular fatty fish. Salmon is also an excellent source of omega-3s out, but sardines often win in several aspects. On a gram-for-gram basis, sardines often contain more DHA and EPA than farmed salmon. They are also significantly cheaper, making regular consumption much more affordable. And, as we've seen, the risk of mercury and other pollutant contamination is much lower in sardines. What about plant-based omega-3 sources, like walnuts and flax seeds? They are healthy and should be part of a balanced diet. But they contain a different type of omega-3, alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. The human body is very inefficient at converting ALA into the active brain forms, DHA and EPA. It's estimated that less than 5% of the ALA we consume is converted. Therefore, relying solely on plant sources may not provide the brain with the optimal amount of DHA it needs. And the famous blueberries. They are rich in antioxidants called anthocyanins, which help fight oxidative stress in the brain, a different but complementary mechanism. Blueberries protect against damage, while the omega-3 south from sardines provide the structural building blocks and fight inflammation. The ideal strategy isn't to choose one over the other, but to understand their unique roles. However, when we consider the density of essential and hard-to-obtain nutrients, the safety, low mercury, and affordability. Sardines truly stand out as the #1 brain food that most people are not eating, offering a return on nutritional investment that few other foods can match. It's crucial to understand that as powerful as sardines are, they are not a magic pill. Brain health is the result of a complex mosaic of lifestyle habits, and nutrition is just one piece, albeit a very important one. Incorporating sardines into your diet is a fantastic strategy, but their impact will be exponentially amplified when embedded within a lifestyle that supports cognitive health. Think of it like building a house. Sardines provide the highest quality bricks and mortar, but you still need a solid foundation and a good blueprint. That foundation is comprised of other pillars of brain health. The Mediterranean diet, for instance, which is rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, olive oil, and yes, oily fish, has consistently been linked to better cognitive outcomes in old age. Sardines fit perfectly into this dietary pattern. Regular physical exercise is another non-negotiable pillar. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, stimulates the growth of new neurons, and reduces inflammation. The combination of a brisk walk with a sardine-rich meal is a powerful 1-2 punch for brain health. Sleep quality is also paramount. It's during deep sleep that the brain performs its cleaning, clearing out toxins and consolidating memories. Furthermore, social engagement and continuous mental stimulation, like learning a new skill or maintaining strong social connections, build cognitive resilience. So, view sardines not as the sole solution, but as a powerful catalyst within a holistic approach. They provide the essential raw materials that enable all the other good habits you practice to have an even more profound effect on protecting your mind for decades to come. In summary, the journey to brain health after 50 doesn't need to be complicated or expensive. Often, the most effective solutions are hidden in plain sight, in simple, overlooked foods. We've seen that sardines qualify as the #1 brain food you're not eating for a confluence of scientifically backed reasons. Their unparalleled density of omega-3, DHA and EPA provides the structural building blocks and anti-inflammatory protection our neurons crave. Their richness in vitamin B12 and vitamin D addresses common deficiencies in this age group that are directly linked to neurological health. And their safety, with low mercury levels, coupled with their affordability, makes them a practical and sustainable choice for most people. If the idea of keeping your mind clear, your memory sharp, and your brain resilient to enjoy life to the fullest resonates with you, consider giving this humble fish the prominent place it deserves in your diet. If this video has provided you with valuable insights, I ask you to show your support by liking it, sharing it with someone who might benefit, and of course, subscribing to the channel for more evidence-based health tips. Remember, small, consistent changes can lead to extraordinary long-term results. And finally, the most important disclaimer: the content of this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not substitute professional medical advice. Always consult your doctor or a qualified nutritionist before making any significant changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions or are taking medications. Taking care of your health is a partnership between you and your trusted professionals.